Good morning, friends. This month for the Restoration Project content, we are focused on finding clarity in chaos. Perfect for us Iowans facing this storm and coronavirus and racial tensions and all these things that are spinning our life a little bit out of control. It all feels pretty heavy. And I want to talk about what the definition of clarity is, because many of us think about clarity as understanding from A to Z all the steps that I need to take to get from where I am to where I want to be, and having a plan. And when we don't follow that plan exactly, or when something wrecks that plan, we get really worked up. I have several clients that control is our number one thing that we're trying to work on. We can't control everything that's happening in the world, and instead of thinking about clarity, I've had to reframe this. Instead of thinking about it as a plan, my 5-year plan, my 1-year plan, it's not that I don't make plans or have goals, but I'm really focused on situational awareness and understanding what is the next right move to make. So in my mind and in my heart, I am accepting that there's a lot that I can't control. So every single day, situations are going to happen, disasters are going to happen, unexpected things come up that wreck my schedule, that wreck my plan. And my job is to take a deep breath and step back and reshuffle and reprioritize, because what was important before, depending on the circumstance, might no longer be important. And I see this as a really important skill inside of organizations. Some clients that I'm working with, we're talking about how as you grow, especially as a company grows and teams become more complex, we try to put policies in place or rules or procedures, and we get them down on paper and they're impractical to follow, or situation A isn't exactly what we had anticipated, and so then do I go to B, or and you kind of take the thinking out of it. And I've seen that happen inside many organizations, and quite frankly inside of our lives. We fall into these habits and these routines, and we do things, and then we wake up one day and we're like, why am I still doing it that way? So instead of thinking about clarity in those terms, having a process, having a policy, having a procedure, how do we instill in people the mindset and the awareness to think through any situation that might come up? So mentally and emotionally prepare ourselves for the day so that we can be open and acknowledge that we can't control everything that's going to happen, and acknowledge that other people are different from us, and so they might see things differently, and come with an open heart and an open mind to work through those situations together, and really be disciplined and focused about what is important and what is important. When something changes, how do I need to reshuffle my priorities to make sure that what I'm working on is important and impactful? With every, in service organizations where we have client needs and colleague needs and stakeholder needs and all these different players, we really need to be able to sort through and instill in people what is most important, and then give them the space to kind of work through that together. And if we're not making think time and that opportunity to find clarity, then we're never going to get there. So it is easier to put a policy in place, to put a procedure in place. It's faster. It seems easier on the onset, but that's not the real world. The real world is complex. Human beings are complex. So instead of thinking about it in those terms, how can we start to think about clarity as providing enough context and enough understanding of the situation and of the person to be able to make the next best right move? So think about that. Clarity is no longer the long-term plan, and I'm going to get wrecked when my plan doesn't work out just how I want it to be. And instead, what is most important? And in this situation, what's the next right thing that I need to do? I hope that brings you some peace and some joy. I know for me, it's fun because every day is going to be different, and I really have to be on my A game and thinking and be disciplined and focused on what's most important. Take care, and we'll see you soon.